But it's a good excuse, but I love to use, baby. I know what to do, baby. I will love you. I'll love you. I'll love you. Love. I don't need those things. I don't need no.
Hi everyone, so today I'm back with another foundation review. I'll be reviewing the Avène, it's called the Fluid Foundation Corrector. It's still in its packaging, as well as their concealer corrector sticks. And I got the shade, is this more orangey shade and one more yellowy. Not really sure if one is like a fair and medium, but I think they're more color correctors, so we'll just give those a go, because I feel like skincare type foundations are commonly skipped out in the YouTube wall, and I thought that, you know, this is a skincare product and it's doing kind of makeup products. I thought that it might actually be good, and it's sort of a hidden gem right under our noses. So yeah, I'm just going to review these three things, and if you'd like to see that, then just keep on watching. Okay, so this is how the applicator looks like. I'm just going to squeeze out this much, about a pump. I'm going to try applying half my face with the Artis Oval 8 brush, yep, and the other half with like a regular kabuki brush. So color match wise is pretty good. I think it's a super light coverage with a very liquidy kind of texture. It actually, a lot of product got eaten up by the brush. I'm going to try to go over areas where I need more coverage with my fingers. It feels like it melts away in your skin into a kind of moisturizer kind of feel, but those kind of liquid type moisturizers. So yeah, it really feels like a skincare product. So with your fingers, it kind of adds a little more coverage. I think now it's giving me a sort of highlight kind of coverage where it lets your natural skin kind of peek through, as well as the acne scarring, but it's not fully light coverage. I wouldn't call it a medium coverage just because right off the bat it gave a really sheer wash of color. So I'm just going to use a more dense kind of kabuki brush. I'm going to be using this Makeup Forever 154 brush. I'll be uploading a favorite brushes kind of video, so every single brush that I use in my reviews and in my tutorials are basically all the brushes that I like, especially this one. So I'm just going to apply it on my face. So surprisingly, with a denser kabuki brush, it gave a lot more coverage. I think this side is a lot more medium, but likewise it's quite a liquidy kind of transformation from what it comes out from the bullet. It comes out a little moussey, but on the skin it's really hydrating, and I think people who have dry skin will really love this. At the moment it doesn't look too dewy on my skin, but I think that it's kind of hydrating some areas where I'm dehydrated, and it feels really great. Like, it doesn't feel like I'm tugging onto the skin. It feels like with every layer it's hydrating it even more. So I really like that. I think this is a good kind of substitute for people who want a higher coverage kind of BB cream. Yep, so I'm really enjoying this. So now moving on to the color correctors, I'm thinking I'm gonna be using the orange under the yellow, just so that any dark undertones will be neutralized by the lighter concealer. But yeah, let's just see how this works on my kind of purple under eye circles. So there's a slight orange cast at the moment, but we'll neutralize that with the other corrector quickly. What I can say right off the bat is that this is kind of like, it's creamy but it's quite a drying kind of finish. It's not tacky by any means, it's actually quite matte, so using it under the eye may not be that great just because it'll make it look a lot more drying. Okay, so going in with the yellow corrector. So it looks really great. It's actually quite a medium to full kind of buildable kind of coverage, and I think with the layering of the two, I think the orange corrector really did combat a lot of the purpleness in my under eye circles, and I rarely look this bright. I mean, generally when I apply my concealer on top of my eye bags, I can still see a little bit of hue coming through, like a purplish cast, but at the moment it's really looking quite yellow and quite opaque yellow, and it seems like my under eye circles are neutralized, so that's incredible. And I think this yellow is really nice. I mean, if you're an NC20 with yellow undertones and somewhat olive undertones, I think this will kind of suit you in that whole trend of getting concealers that are like really light and brightening. Yeah, but you do have to have a yellow undertone. I think if you're really white and pasty, this will come across like a little yellow on your face, and if you do want to use this as a corrector under your concealer, that would be awesome as well. But for me, I think I can use it as a concealer, which is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, that's how it looks at the moment. I think pretty good. I mean, I'm really shocked with this. I didn't expect it to apply that well with the kabuki brush. I thought I had to get all messy with my fingers, but yeah, I suggest not using the oval brush, but more so a very dense kabuki brush. When I mean dense, comparing it to this kabuki brush I have, maybe this wouldn't do. You might as well use your fingers, but a really dense and compact one like the Makeup Forever one would do it wonders. So yeah, I'm going to do the rest of my makeup and I'll show you how everything compares at the beginning of the day. So that's how everything looks, and I didn't really do much. I didn't even set my face with powder. I just used like cream blush, cream highlight, and a little dusting of bronzer in the eyelashes, some mascara, brow gel, that kind of thing. So not too much going on, but I think that the foundation held up pretty well. I'm not sure how it will work with intense contouring, cream contouring, but with the cream product it did not expose my skin or my acne scarring underneath. But I did use a dual fiber brush, which is really light, but I'm thinking that if you want it to be foolproof, then do set it with powder. But at the moment it's actually giving me not a tacky finish, like quite a satin kind of finish, and it somewhat reminds me of the NARS Velvet Skin Tint, something like that. And yeah, my review of that is coming right up, and surprisingly it gives lesser coverage than that, but it looks like it's highly comparable. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say in the day. I'll check back in when I get back from the end of my day and I'll let you know how it holds up. If you guys like these kind of reviews, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, so I'm back and it's about 9 p.m, but this is how the foundation looks. I think it looks pretty good. One thing to note is that the base I used was kind of drying, so it's just a pore filler. It's nothing too hydrating. Even though I said that the foundation did apply pretty moisturizing, I think that the foundation itself is great for people with sensitive skin, just because it was really light and it didn't break me out at all. But basically it's just my first impressions. I will give it a prolonged test, and if it does still prove to be really good, I'll put it in the description box. But it is more suitable for like a half a day kind of foundation if you're just looking for something to go out with, not so much a full day, just because it tends to dry up a little bit. if not, do hydrate your face sufficiently. Even as an oily slash dehydrated kind of skin person, it accentuated the dry patches around my nose quite severely. So I mean, that only did it in progression. It did not show itself in the beginning of the day, but I think overall it's just pretty lightweight, and also it gives substantial coverage that it looks really natural. Also, for me, I have a bit of textural issues, so I do have lumps and bumps on my face because of acne, but if you have really great skin, this will glide on really well. So like I mentioned, hydrate really well also. I think they only have 2 shades in Singapore, 01 and 02. 02 matches NC 20 to 25 pretty well. I think that it is something that you can work with. If you are even darker, you could easily just bronze up your complexion and it will look pretty good, because this has quite a kind of neutral undertone, peachy yet yellow, so it's quite, you know, versatile in that aspect. But yeah, that's all I really have to say about the foundation. As for the concealers, I don't really have the best review of these, just because I find that they apply kind of drying. It's not the most hydrating kind of formulas. It makes my under eyes look kind of aged, and I suggest using these as solely correctors and then applying a hydrating kind of concealer on top. The concealer that I'm loving at the moment is the Skin Central Skin Enhancer by Kevin Aquan. It's this pot concealer that's super full coverage and pretty hydrating, if I do say so myself. I think that these, using it under the eye bags just to discolor any sort of discolorations, whether it be a purple discoloration, blue discoloration, black discoloration, these will work really well. However, it's not very hydrating, so put your eye cream, put the corrector, and then put on concealer would do the trick. And I think that what I really like about these two is that the color range is pretty true to what it is. If you can see, this is a true yellow as well as this being a true orange, so it isn't like a concealer that has a hint of orange. It's a true orange and it is a true yellow. So if you do want correctors, these are 2 to look out for. And that's pretty much all I have to say. I wouldn't use these solely as concealers on its own, even though it looks pretty decent on my eyes. So yeah, these are great for touch-ups as well because they're so handy. And I think that if you are someone who does your makeup on the go in the car, you can also just whip this out and just, you know, slather it on like you would for moisturizer, and it would look presentable. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. I got mine from Guardian and Watsons in the sort of skincare section where the Avène stand is, together with all the other skincare brands. Right at the bottom they have a few of these cosmetic kind of hybrids, like skincare and makeup kind of hybrids, and I found mine there. So yeah, if you want to see where I got mine as well as claims about this foundation, do check out the description box below, and don't forget to subscribe if you like these kind of videos. So with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!